Hey, good day. Today's Total Body Fitness is going to be hip focused. So you're going to need either ankle weights or a booty band or both of those if you have them. We'll also do a little upper body work, so go ahead and grab some weights and some resistance bands. Also, if you have a chair and either a step or some blocks, that will be helpful as well. But if you don't have those things, that's okay. You can follow along and do everything without any of the equipment. Let's start with some side taps. And then change this into marching in place. And then we're going to heel tap in front. Heel tap, heel tap, heel tap, heel tap. And we're going to change this into toe tap. So toe tap behind. A little more challenging here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and just kind of stand and shake the legs. Let everything kind of relax and jiggle. And then twist, turning from side to side. Let the arms relax and plop down on the body. And then bringing your feet underneath your hips, you're going to do a heel raise on one side. So you're going to lift that right heel up and lower down, and then switch to the left, lifting the left heel up and lower down. Feel a little stretch in the bottom of the foot, through the calf, starting to work through those muscles. And then change to lifting the toe. Stretching now the calf and feeling the muscles in the front of the shin start to fire up. Alrighty, next we're going to go into baby squats. So what I want you to do is bring your feet hip width distance apart. Toes are going to be forward, but just turn them out just a little bit. From here, we're going to just bend the knees a smidge. And I mean just a smidge. So what we're going to play with is transferring the weight to the heels and transfer the weight forward towards the toes. Just kind of doing a little bit of a rock back, starting just feel the core muscles, the back muscles have to work. Also noticing what you do to compensate when you take these shifts. Maybe as you're going backwards, you lean forward a little bit more so that you don't fall backwards. And when you come more forward, your head comes more upright to compensate, to take pressure out of the knees. Then you're going to find a spot right between the two, so not all the way back here onto your heels and not all the way forward onto your toes, but somewhere right in the middle. And we're going to bend the knees a little bit more. We're going to hang out right there. Hold there. Now the arms, you're going to reach them out to the side like an airplane wing. And then lower down. Again, out to the side, airplane wing, and lower down. Now to the side, and lower down, and out to the side, and lower down. Go ahead and straighten out the legs, shake them out. We're going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling, so reach forward and up all the way. Reach as high as you can go. Feel the stretch through your spine. And release back down. Let's go again, reaching all the way up, best you can. And all the way down. Arms are going to come open to that airplane wing again. We're going to bend those knees into that little bit of a squat. You're going to shift forward and back and then find that center point. Once you find that center point, you're going to bend the knees a little bit more. Now you're going to reach the arms forward, straight out in front of you. Turn the palms inward towards each other. Holding here. Then you're going to reach the arms back by your hips. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then rise to stand. Reach the arms up. Lengthen out the legs. Take that breath in. And exhale, release. Shake out your legs. Next, we're going to move into some high knees. So you're going to lift your right knee up as high as you can go and then place it down, and then the left knee as high as you can go. If you need to hold on to something to give you balance, that is great, because the objective on this is how high can you go without letting your head come forward and rounding through the spine. We're going to keep everything upright, working right here at the hip flex. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're going to go back to the twist again. Let the arms plop on the body. All right, next we're going to do a straight leg lift behind you. So we're going to hold on to something, point your right foot back. You're going to turn the foot so that the knee is facing outward and the heel is facing inward. So we're going to look to squeeze the butt. When you lift the leg, it's not going to come up very high, okay? So I don't want you to lean over quite yet. We're going to get there. So standing up tall, holding on to something in front of you, we lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one for 8. Change feet. Lift it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now we're going to combine those two. You're going to lift the leg behind you, then you're going to bring the knee up in front of you. It's going to look like this. You're going to lift and bring into drive. Okay, we'll do 4 on each side. You can still hold on to something forward, or you can hold on to something to the side of you to do the same exercise. 4 on each. Here we go. We lift, and then we knee drive up. 1. Extend behind, drive 2. Extend behind, drive 3. Extend behind, and drive 4. Hopefully you're already feeling that hip working on the standing leg. Let's switch to the other side. Extend, drive in, extend, drive in, extend, drive in, and extend, and drive in. Let's go ahead and grab your chair. All right, we're going to start seated. We're going to do a quick little internal and external mobility through that hip. Now that we've kind of warmed up some of those muscles, the first thing you're going to do is sit near the edge. Your left foot, I'm going to do the mirror image. Your left foot, you're going to kind of slide it back, get it out of the way. The right leg, you're going to lift up and you're going to gently place your right hand here on your leg, because you don't want this part of your leg to move. We're going to pendulum swing the foot in and out. Now, you do want it to rotate. So when I say I don't want it to move, I don't want it to go out and in. I want it to rotate to accommodate that foot, okay? So here we are, feeling the leg. You can use one hand or two hands, and you're gonna go in and out. 1, 2, 3, 4, it should hurt a little bit. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yes, you'll feel some discomfort up in there. Now, if it's sharp stabbing pain, then that's probably, maybe you do a little bit less, or maybe you just hold it there. You're still trying to build the strength in that hip, but it should have been pretty uncomfortable. Let's switch to the other side, pulling that right foot back. Left leg's going to come up in the air. You got to have strong abs. Placing your hand onto your leg to make sure that doesn't go flying out to the side. You're going to go pendulum swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nice. Now you're going to heel toe your feet open as wide as you can go, and then heel toe your feet back in. So you can go out with your toes, then out with your heels, out with your toes, out with your heels, how far you can go. Feel the stretch in the inner thighs, and then back in you go. Again, we go out and in, and then all the way back in. Let's go one more round. Nice. Extend your right leg out in front of you. You're gonna lean back a little bit, so make sure you're towards the edge of your chair, so when you lean back, you're not laying on the back of the chair. Hands can be onto the sides of the chair to give your core and your back support. We're gonna do some straight leg lifts. So extending the leg, you're gonna let the foot relax. Let it be ploppy and relaxy. Let me scoot back just a little bit so you can see my foot if it's out of the camera here. Relax that foot. Now you're gonna tighten the leg here, feeling the quad tighten to tighten the knee. We're gonna work the hip flexor and the core. So tall spine, tall lengthened, and you're gonna lift the leg. It's not gonna come up very high because I don't want this. I don't want you to round and go like this, okay? I want the spine straight, lengthened back, working in that zone, okay? Here we go. We're gonna do 8 on each side. Leg locked out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Change sides. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nice. Now you're going to windshield wiper your knees from side to side. So I like to just kind of open the legs and just kind of roll, kind of rolling a knee in, moving around a little bit, stretch it out. And if you needed to stand up or go wide with your legs, any kind of stretch here will work for me. All right, next. What you're going to do is you're going to lift the leg bent. Okay, you're going to lift it up. You are now going to move the leg out to the side, the whole leg. Then you're going to bring it back in and lower. Then you'll switch to the other side and lower. Okay, now what you can do is you can add ankle weights at this time. You can add ankle weights to both of your legs to lift it up, bring it across, or you can do this without any ankle weights whatsoever. Okay, so it's up to you whether or not you put those ankle weights on. I will be putting mine on in a little bit when we do butt work, but I'm going to stay with no ankle weights at this time. So sitting up tall, you're going to lift the leg a little bit off the ground. You're going to try to keep your body steady as you move the leg out to the side, holding it there and then bringing it back in and lower down. Other leg, lift out to the side. Here you might even notice a core difference when you even just lift the leg. One side might feel stronger than the other or more coordinated. Now let's do one more round. Excellent. From here, we're going to do sit to stands. So position yourself so that your feet are back just a little bit, so your knees are over your toes. If you peek down, they're just kind of right over the toe. You're going to lean forward. You want that body weight over your feet. Then you're going to stand up. You're going to sit back down. Maybe you just tap and go right back up again. Maybe you sit back down all the way to take a break if you need. Otherwise, let's see if we can do 15 of these. We go up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. All right, now I am going to get my ankle weights, so if you want to get yours on too, that's great. We're going to use the back of the chair for balancing stick. You're going to put the elbows on the back of that chair, and if you don't have a chair, or if you're putting maybe your arms on a counter, maybe you're putting your elbows on your counter if you're in your kitchen, you're going to bring your foot Behind you here, we're gonna do those leg lifts that we did earlier with no weight. So you're gonna extend the leg, tap the toe, and then turn the toe so it's out, knee is out. Now here we are bent over a little bit more. So your core needs to be nice and firm, your arms nice and firm, and we lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. Extend, turn it out, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're going to place the hands now onto the back of your chair. You're going to put that right foot behind you. Now we're going to bend the knee doing a hamstring curl. Important to note is that when you do these curls, don't over squeeze your hamstring when you're starting it out. Do a nice gentle half rep just to get it moving, otherwise you might cramp up, okay? The other thing is watch that the knee doesn't start traveling forward to take the tension out of the back of the leg. You want to keep that knee further back behind you or level with the other leg and bring the heel best you can towards the ceiling. Let's do 8 on each side as our first set. We go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Nice. Shake it out. We're going to now do a leg lift out to the side. You're going to bring it back forward and lower. So it'll look like this. Leg comes up to the side and down. And we go. Lift, side, and 1. Lift, side. That ankle weight makes it hard. There's 2. Lift, side. There's 3. Side. There's 4. Side. 5. Side. There's 6. Side. There's 7. Yes, you're going to feel it. Side. And 8. Go ahead and shake that out. We'll switch to the other. You're going to lift the leg, bring it out to the side. Forward, tap 1. Lift. Side. 2. Lift. Side. 3. Lift. Side. 4. Lift. Side. 5. Lift. Side. 6. Lift. Side. 7. And 8. Shake that out. All right, we're going to now go into a bent over, leg lift behind, and then we're going to bend the knee doing a hamstring curl. So from here, you're going to lift that leg up. The right leg's going to lift, then you're going to hamstring curl 2, straighten, tap. That is going to be 1 repetition, okay? So your standing leg has got a little bend in the knee. You're trying to keep your core strong. You're trying to keep your shoulders from moving or twisting. Trying to keep hips level, shoulders level, everything strong. Even your standing leg obviously has got to be super strong, but don't lock it out. Here we go. Let's do 4. Since you're doing a lift, then a curl, then a straighten, then a lower. That's a lot of time under tension, okay? So we'll do 4 on each side. And we go. Lift, bend the knee, try to keep that knee lifted, straighten, keep it lifted, tap it down. That's 1. Lift, bend, straighten, there's 2. Lift, bend, straighten, there's 3. Lift, bend, straighten, there's 4. Change. We go. Lift, bend, straighten, and 1. Lift, bend, straighten, there's 2. Lift, bend, straighten, there's 3. Lift, bend, Straighten, there is 4. Take a rest, shake that out. Okay, hips should start to be on fire. Yes, you're gonna grab either your step or a block. I'm just gonna take one of these blocks. We're gonna do step ups. And I want you to step up forward. In order to get this into the hip, you're going to lean forward as much as possible. So either you're going to lean forward onto your counter or onto the back of your chair or onto whatever you have, and you're going to try to stay in this position. The leg that you're stepping up to, you're going to step up onto it. Try not to lock it out. We want to keep a little tension on that knee and on that hip, and then you're going to come back down. Now, if it's too easy, you can always make your step higher. The higher up your step, let's say I was doing it here, would be way more challenging than it is in the block that I've got. So you've got to decide. If I'm doing my step up this high, I might do 4. If I'm doing my step up only this high, I might be doing 10 or 12. I'm going to go ahead and do 10, and whatever that means for you, that is what you're going to do, okay? So leaning forward into it, I want you to really focus on using your butt and your leg here. And we go up, 1, up, 2, up, 3, up, 4. You should start to feel it now. Here it is, 5, 6, leg working, 7, knee working, 8, 9, but really get that butt working, and 10, shake that leg out. Other side. So stepping forward onto it, leaning forward into it, and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice, shake that out. Whew. All right, we're gonna work the inner thigh now. So you're gonna step, we're gonna hold on to something, either your counter or the side of your chair with your right hand. Your right leg is gonna extend out in front of you. You're gonna work the inner by bringing the leg across the body. So you're gonna bring it over and across as far as you can go. You can bend the knee a little bit to give you a little bit more range, and then you're gonna come back. Now, if you come all the way back and take a rest here, that's okay if you start to feel like you need to, but otherwise try to stop it short. You're gonna try to stop here and just pulse, getting right into this inner thigh groin, okay? I'm gonna try to aim for 10. Let me see what I can do. You ready? And we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I start crying when I work my inners. And we go to the other side. We're going to bring the leg across, and we're trying to lift it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Shake that out. Next, we're going to hip hike. So we're going to start working the abdominals now. You're working your hip, don't get me wrong, but we're really also working the abdoms. So if you step up onto a step, I like to do that. I feel like I can get a little bit more drop through this left hip here. Okay, gonna let that hip come down. You're gonna feel this leg, you're gonna feel this side do the work. I'm trying to push down into the foot on the block, pushing down, and then I'm gonna use this side of my waist to pull that hip up to my ribs without me doing a full fire hydrant, okay? I'm not trying to do anything with this leg, but I'm trying to do a squeeze here through the glute. You're gonna feel this butt cheek on my left, your right. You're gonna feel that do the work. And then you lower, and you try to get as low as you can. And then we're not trying to bend the knee though, guys. This is not a squat. My legs stay the same position. You're trying to move your hip laterally up and down. I feel like if I was doing like a little dance, I'd be doing something like that, okay? To give you kind of the idea of what we're doing, but we're doing it slow and controlled, and you're gonna feel this, hopefully, right in your whole hip region. All right, let's see if we can get 5 really good ones here. We go. Squeeze here, 1. Squeeze 2. Squeeze 3. Squeeze 4. Squeeze 5. Other side. All right, so you're gonna let that hip go down, and then you're gonna push down through your standing foot on that block. You're gonna try to lift this hip up as high as you can towards the rib. And then you're gonna let that hip come back down. You're gonna feel it. We squeeze as we lift. We're pushing down through the foot and coming back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, let's grab your resistance band first. Let's do a little band pull aparts. All right, so as we pull apart, what I really want you to think of doing is your shoulder blades. So if I didn't do my arms at all, pinching them inward and releasing. That's what's pulling the band open and apart. I'm not necessarily doing just my arms and not my shoulder blades. Okay? Arms are gonna work, yes, but I want the initiation there. So long arms, almost straight, and then you're gonna start to bring those shoulder blades down your back and pinch together. You're gonna start to feel tension, and maybe that's all you do is little pulses to start it. In the shoulder blades, you wanna feel movement there. Maybe that's where you stop. Maybe this is all you do, but if you do a little bit more, you're just gonna squeeze a little bit more and push a little harder now through your hands. So then the hands become secondary. Shoulder blades, then hands. Woo, I feel this right away. I've got a hard band today. If you got a light, easy band, you gotta do a lot more reps. If you got a pretty strong band, you don't need too many. Couple more. And then shake it out. Go ahead and switch out your band for your light weights. We're gonna do V raises, meaning that the hands are gonna come forward diagonal line. So not straight forward, not straight to the side, but at an angle to a V. Shoulders are back, stomach is strong, and your knees are soft. We're gonna go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Relax those arms. So you're gonna squat overhead press. You're gonna start with the weights right here at your shoulders. You're gonna bend your knees, and I want you to go as low as you can go into your squat. Maybe your elbows touch your knees, and then you're gonna come back up and you're gonna push those arms up best you can. If overhead pressing is not right for you, maybe you just do a little half pump like this, all right? Or maybe you turn it into a bicep curl instead. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bicep curls are next, so go ahead and change out your weights for the appropriate size for you. All right, you can do these standing, but I'm gonna actually do them seated. And I like seated because I feel like it makes you work harder in your core. And the reason for that is when you're standing, you can use your legs to help counter the weight. If you were seated, you have to sit up tall. You're gonna sit near the edge. Your core has to be on, especially as you're bringing the weights forward. In this position here, the core and the spine really have to work hard to counter the force pulling you forward. Okay, so we're not gonna hurry through these. We don't want to swing up and get to the easy part at the top and the easy part at the bottom. We want to hold a little longer in the middle right here, and then come up and hold a little longer here and come down. So I'm going to count really slow. I'm going to count 4 beats up, 1, 2, and I want you to hold 2 and 3 right there, 2, 3, and then 4 come up. Then you're going to go down 1, hold here 2 and 3, and come down there for 4, okay? Here we go. Start to curl, hold it halfway up, 1, hold 2, hold 3, pull up 4, lower 1, hold 2, hold 3, lower 4. Pull 1, hold 2, hold 3, up 4. 1, slow, 2, slow, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. We got one more in. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, you're going to change out your weights. You're going to get the band to go around your legs. We're going to do some glute side, medius, minimus openings. If you don't have it, you can always just put your hands against your legs and create resistance that way. Oh, keep that ankle weight on. We're not done there. So once again, seated near the edge of your chair, your feet, I want you to heel toe them pretty wide till you start to feel resistance here on the band. You want the band low near your knees, as that's going to create more resistance. Now, if you have like a super extra heavy band and you can hardly even like stretch it, then higher up by your hips will work. Okay, so you're going to sit up tall. You're going to lean forward and you're going to scoot your butt back a little bit. That way we're going to really focus on working the glute. You're going to push that band open. If you feel like you roll to the outside edge of your feet, you probably need to open up your feet a little bit more. You're going to apply pressure down into your hands here to make it harder if you need it. And we're going to pulse 1. Okay? Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice job. Relax those legs. Woohoo. Let's do one more set. Yeah, let's do it. That was fun. Heel toe those feet open, get there, lean forward, and we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Nice. Next, we're going to come to hands and knees and do donkey kicks, both with the band around the legs and the ankle weights. If you have troubles with the knees being on hands and knees, you can do this standing up with your hands on the chair, kicking the leg back and up. But I'm going to come on down to the knees. And to make it more challenging, you can come down to your elbows. And why this is more challenging is it stretches this muscle more. See, as soon as I get down there, I've got more stretch here. So then therefore, it's working harder versus if I'm up right here. So making it harder, coming down, creating more stretch and angle at the hip. You're gonna extend your right leg, start to lift it, keep the knee bent, and you're gonna push against the band, pushing the leg back and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Depending on how hard your band is, it's going to depend on how high that leg goes. Obviously, my leg's not going very high. And we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, you're going to take your band off and you're going to keep the ankle weights on. We're going to lie down onto the back. If you got 5-pound ankle weights, some of this stuff may be harder to do. I've got 2.5s on today, but you got 5-pound weights and you can probably do everything I'm going to give you. Just note, maybe you don't go as deep or as low, okay? We're going to start off with a leg opening out, so going into a V. Now you can keep your head down and open the legs and close the legs. If you want to work the abdominals and get neck strength, you're going to lift your head and shoulders. You can reach through your legs like so, okay? Alrighty, picking your position, and we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and on 10, we're going to slowly bring them back up. Slow as you can go. Slow, 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 slow. Quiver, 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 quiver. Bend the knees. Place the feet down. Open them wide so you can windshield wiper. Nice and slow. Getting that stretch. And then coming back to center, heel toe your feet together. You're going to bring your legs straight up into the air. We're going to do L's. You're going to lower a leg towards the mat, bring it up, and then switch. Now you're going to lift your head and your shoulders, reaching forward. Right leg will come down as low as you can go and then bring it back up. Or a beginner version could also be bent knees. But if you're more advanced, when you bring that leg down, when you go to switch, see if you can switch more to 45-degree angle. So instead of waiting till the leg comes all the way up, you're going to start to lower, meet halfway. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Lower down, windshield wiper once again. Heel toe your feet together. You're going to cross your right ankle over your left knee for a figure 4. You're going to draw your knees in towards your chest to get that piriformis stretch. And then release, switching to the other side. And then coming back to center, we're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee, and we're looking for an internal rotation of this left leg. So I'm going to start to let the legs move to the right side using my ankle weight and the weight of my leg to guide my left knee deeper. So I also like to move my left leg a little further out to the side so that at the end of the day I feel like my knee is going away from me towards the foot of the mat, versus if my foot was too far in, that it's just coming over into more of a spinal twist, which is nice as well. It's a different stretch. Okay, so if you're trying to get the front thigh and work on the internal rotation of your left leg, you want that leg out to the side like a windshield wiper. That way you've got the right leg to help give it a little something. Now you can always let that leg fall off like so to come back up, because coming back up with the ankle weight is really challenging. Now if you're doing it in the spinal position or the spinal twist position, you can probably easily come up and down from it because it's not as intense of a internal rotation of that leg. Okay, let's try the other side. Once again, you can start with that kind of twisty, bring that ankle weight to the side of your leg and then try to bring it over a little bit. Just let the weight of it take you in. And then maybe you can heel toe your right foot further out, and then you're going to make it move like that, right? You stop where you need to. The leg never has to ever touch. I usually like to let that top leg pop off. That way it makes it easier to come back up to center. Then we're going to come up to seated. When you get done with that, we're going to work those inner thighs with a stretch. So we're going to sit with your feet together, knees are going to open, and we're just going to apply pressure to the inner legs to gently press these knees down. You can pull the feet in. You can have the legs extended. Just knowing that having them in is a little tighter option, but once you get there, you want to start to resit your sitting bones. So I kind of rock a little bit from side to side. So I really feel like I'm sitting more on the front part of my hips and not sitting on my tailbone, so that I actually can lean forward some. You can even take your shoulders from side to side and stretch it out this way. And come to center. And then back on up. Let's do a seated windshield wiper. So legs are going to go wide, and you're going to turn your knees from side to side. You're going to roll to a 90, maybe even add that extra twist. And then you're going to roll to the other 90, kind of windshield wiper option for the twist. And so right now we're making this very gentle and passive, but just a fun fact here, in this exercise, if you wanted to make it into like a real true strength and not just be relaxing, you would work on this leg first, the leg that is internally rotated down. You're going to try to bring it up as high as you can go, keeping this leg down and lower back down, all the while trying to stay upright. If it's too much, you lean back at first and you're just going to work that. You're going to feel that big time in the side of the hip, maybe even into the groin, okay? This is really intense, and this is why we would do this at the very end of the session, because this takes a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff, okay? Then once you get the hang of that, if you're sitting upright, you can then go and then try to make the rotation and then bring the other side down. And once again, you want to lean back a little bit and try to just lift the leg, keeping the foot down. Knee comes up off the floor, or you're sitting upright. Once again, you're going to try to get the leg up as high as you can and keep this bottom leg down. Maybe I lean back a little bit more. I can probably get a little bit more range. See, I can get more out of it if I lean back. And then you can maybe try it again, lifting this leg first and then doing the whole switcheroo, sitting upright with no hands. All right, guys. Well, that concludes that was mostly butt focus today and hips, and we will see you next time. Thanks for coming. Ta-da.